Hello and welcome to That's English.
Hello again.
In this programme, we're going to look at the wonderful world of inventions.
Fantastic. You know, Ashley, my father used to be an inventor.
Did he? What did he invent?
Oh, he invented lots of things. My favourite was a little wind-up bear, un osito de cuerda, that he made for me.
Oh, well, that was very kind. Have you still got it?
Yes, I have. I keep all his inventions.
Of course, Annabelle. Anyway, in today's documentary, we meet Trevor Bayliss, who is a very successful professional inventor.
Yes, he talks about his inventions and about his favourite inventor, Frank Whittle. As you watch, try to answer this question. Why is Frank Whittle his favourite inventor? Watch.
The amazing thing about human beings is their ability to invent new things, from the steam engine to the electronic tablet. How we lived 100 years ago is very different from today. 100 years ago, we travelled by horse and carriage. Now we have the motor car. In 1903, the first aeroplane was flown. 66 years later, the first man walked on the moon. Take the world's first telephone. It was developed in 1875. Today, we have smartphones. Inventors like Albert Einstein have changed the way we live. Another was Josephine Cochrane, who invented the first working dishwasher in 1886. Inventors don't usually invent just one thing. A good example is the famous Trevor Bayliss, who lives in London. So what makes a good inventor?
Everybody seems to think that you've got to be some sort of genius, but we are all inventors. Do you understand me?
Trevor is always inventing new things, but where does he get his ideas from?
When I was a child, I could do the most amazing things with my Meccano set, and yet I couldn't write my name.
Trevor gets his ideas from everyday life.
If I suddenly see something on television, or if I have an accident, and I come up with a solution to that problem, I can retire to this room and make a prototype or prove that my idea works.
Trevor's most important invention is the wind-up radio.
Well, relax, because the night home's coming.
It has made a huge difference in remote areas of Africa.
I was watching a program about the spread of HIV/AIDS in Africa, and they said the only way they could stop it was through education and information, which could be best brought to these people using radio. But there was a problem. Most of Africa didn't have electricity. I thought to myself, surely you could generate electricity using a spring to drive a little radio. Boom, boom. And that's how it came about. I have an expression which I believe in. Art is pleasure, invention is treasure.
Trevor has worked all his life inventing things that he hopes can make a difference to people. So what invention does Trevor think is the most important?
My favourite inventor was Frank Whittle. He was 21 in 1930 when he invented the jet engine.
It seems that the most important inventions are those that completely transform ordinary people's lives.
His wind-up radio is brilliant. I would love to invent something which can save lives.
Yes, very inspiring. Trevor is a hero because of his work, but he also has a hero.
That's right, Frank Whittle. The question was, why is Frank Whittle his favourite inventor?
Let's watch again.
My favourite inventor was Frank Whittle. He was 21 in 1930 when he invented the jet engine.
So the answer is Frank Whittle is Trevor's favourite inventor because he invented the jet engine.
Wow. And Frank Whittle was 21 when he did it. That's incredible.
Yes, when I was 21, I used to spend all day on the internet.
You still do.
Very funny, Annabelle. So what did you do when you were 21?
Well, as soon as I left university, I went backpacking around the world.
Great. What was your favourite place?
That's difficult. Maybe Egypt. The pyramids were amazing.
Yes, they were a strange invention.
Yes, very impressive. Anyway, let's find out what some other people say about inventions from their country.
What's the question?
The question is, which inventors or inventions from your country have had an impact on society?
Great. Let's see what they think.
I think the biggest one is the one we're looking at now, which would be John Logie Baird, the inventor of the television.
Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone.
I would think the World Wide Web, which is Mr. Bill Gates.
Two Jamaican doctors created something called Canusal, which is made from cannabis, but is used in the treatment of glaucoma, which is an eye problem and used internationally.
Well, one of the famous inventors from Canada is James Nayway, and he invented basketball, which is a very, very popular sport in the United States.
The invention of digit 0 is attributable to India, and 0 forms 50% of the binary language, a language which is understood by machines.
Over in South Africa, I'd probably say that the biggest one, and this is going way back now, is a bicycle.
The human papillomavirus vaccine, which is to prevent cervical cancer in women. And this has had a huge impact on the world and is used everywhere.
That was interesting. But it was Tim Berners-Lee who invented the World Wide Web, not Bill Gates.
That's right. Of course, Bill Gates has been very influential as well.
Yes, he has. I knew that Baird invented the television and that Bell invented the telephone.
Well, actually, the Italians say that it was a man from Florence, Antonio Meucci, not Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone.
Really?
Yes, they say that Bell stole Meucci's work.
That's terrible if it's true.
Indeed. In our next road trip, Katie and Sam discover an invention that's 100 years older than the telephone.
Try to get the answer to this question. When was the bridge built?
OK, let's find out with Katie and Sam.
Just 43 minutes from Birmingham to Ironbridge.
Congratulations, Katie. I think I need the restroom.
The toilets, or the restrooms as you call them, are over there. Well, we are now looking at one of the greatest inventions of all, right here in Ironbridge.
And what's that?
The first bridge in the world built of iron.
Wow! When was the bridge built?
In 1779.
Awesome.
And why is the bridge so important?
It was a huge innovation in bridge design and in using iron for building. It had a big impact on local society and the economy and was so important that the whole area took its name from it.
But it's not just the bridge that is important, is it?
That's right. The area had the most famous ironworks in the world. They developed revolutionary techniques here. Steam engines, for instance. There are a few in the museum. These helped to make iron the essential material for the Industrial Revolution.
Excuse me, that looks interesting. How do we get to Blist's Hill?
It's not far, just follow the signs.
Is it worth seeing?
Oh yes, it's wonderful. Thanks.
Wow. It was so great to see a recreation of how they used to live here during the Industrial Revolution. You can really see the effects of their new prosperity.
Yes, and interesting to see the workshops of people like locksmiths and blacksmiths who made things out of iron. And to see lots of other shops, like the chemists and the sweet shop.
So, anyway, is Ironbridge recognized internationally?
Yes, in 1986, the whole Ironbridge area was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO.
Well deserved. So, where to now?
There's a place in Wales called the Centre for Alternative Technology. I've always wanted to go there.
Wales? Great. But I haven't got my passport.
Very funny, Sam.
What an amazing place. The home of the Industrial Revolution.
It's fantastic. I went there when I was 11.
So a very long time ago, eh, Ashley? So, did you find the answer to the question? Let's watch again.
When was the bridge built?
In 1779.
Awesome.
So the answer is, the bridge was built in 1779.
You know, I loved the old shops at Bliss Hill.
Yes, and I can guess which one you liked best.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, the sweet shop, of course.
Well, yes. But are you telling me you don't like sweets?
Well, they're okay.
Oh, so you don't want any of my chocolate?
Ah, well, if you insist.
I'll give you a piece later.
Thanks. So, in today's programme, we travelled back in time. But in the next one, we're going to look into the future.
That sounds lovely.
So that's all for today. See you next time.
See you next time for another That's English.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.